Hi, third graders. Welcome back to your TV classroom. Today is Monday, January 11th, and it is time for some math fun. But before we begin, I want you to take a moment to check in with your zone and make sure that your brain and your body is ready for learning. What zone are you in today? You know, Pebble, I'm kind of in the bluey-green zone. I'm ready to learn, but I'm feeling a little bit tired. So I just need to be aware of that as I'm working today. And sometimes when I'm tired, my brain goes a little slower. What zone are you in today? Great. Make sure to share with someone in your home your zone and why you're feeling that way, because it's important to share our feelings. Now, if you are in the red zone right now, or you're solidly blue or yellow and you need to do one of our calm down strategies to get in the green zone, now is the time to do that while we're doing Make It Monday. And then you'll need to be listening to hear when we're done with Make It Monday to come back for the lesson. I know that you are third graders and you are capable of managing that for yourself. Okay? Awesome. Now, let's get on with Make It Monday. How would you make 675? Turn and tell your learning buddy, what's one way you could make 675? Oh, I heard expanded form, 600 plus 70 plus 5. Is there another way to make 675? 600 plus 75. How else could you make 675? You could do 350 plus 325. There are many ways to make the number 675. If you found a different way that's not up here, don't forget you can send it to me in email at the TV Classroom, and then I can share your way. Yes, Mr. Kevin?
How about 700 minus 25?
Woo! Would that make 675? Yes, it would. You know, as I'm doing this problem, third graders, the only thing I'm thinking about in my head is money. Because when I see 25, 75, I think of quarters. So I'm like, $675. Yeah, that's a lot of money. How could I split that up? It gives you another way to think about how to split up that money and what you might do with it. Just gives you some context to work with. All right. How would you make 700? Yeah, there's no expanded form for that one, is there? The expanded form for 700 is 700? That's all it is. So how can we make 700? What are some ways? Ooh, someone used multiplication. 350 times 2. Yes. What's another way to make 700? Well, what if we did times 4? We would need to split 350 in half again. Well, what's 300 in half? 150. And what's 50 in half? 25. So that would be 175 times 4. Make 700. Okay. How else could we make 700? 400 plus 300. What about times 10? How could I make 700 using times 10? 70 times 10. Excellent job. So today for our lesson, this is all in random order. That's okay. We learned what patterns are in math and how to describe them. Hang on a second. Okay, we're in a new lesson. I forgot. We're starting a new lesson, friends. So we're going to be looking at patterns today and describing them. We're going to be identifying the pattern. We're going to be explaining what we see in the pattern. and we're gonna be using number charts to help us explain it. Now, patterns are really important in math. In fact, math is just made up of patterns. And a lot of times when we think pattern, we think back to like kindergarten, where you would get that little pattern card and you would use the pattern blocks and you would copy the pattern, or you would create a shape with the pattern blocks. But we're gonna take it a step further. We're gonna start with that beginning pattern work just to get your brain going, and then we're gonna get more difficult. Are you ready? I'm glad I checked that. I thought for a second I had a different grade level up, but we're good to go. So we're gonna identify the pattern, we're gonna explain what we see in the pattern, and we're gonna use number charts to help us explain. So, what are the counters that are gonna come next? What would you put next? Yeah, I'm gonna get out my highlighter. I'm gonna get yellow. We would do yellow, and then what would we do? Yeah, red. Okay, now let's look at a pattern with numbers. What two numbers would you put next? Let's read it out loud. Sometimes saying it out loud is helpful. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. What pattern are they doing here? 60, 70. Yeah, they're counting by tens. The pattern here is plus 10. Every group, we add another 10. Okay. Now, what is a pattern? Private think time. What is a pattern? Go ahead and tell your learning buddy. What do you think a pattern is? Okay, it's a rule. That's a good word for it. It's a rule that numbers or objects follow. Okay, can you add some more to that? What do patterns do? Yeah, they can make things repeat. Think about back here. The top pattern, it was a repeating pattern. Yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red. But with the numbers, it wasn't a repeating pattern. What was it doing? Yeah, the quantity was getting greater and greater and greater. We call that a growing pattern. Or a shrinking pattern would be if we were starting at 70 and then went 60, 50, 40, 30. They can grow, it can repeat, and it can shrink, right? So think about that as we're looking at patterns today. A pattern is something that repeats. Look at the pattern of shapes below. Continue the pattern by drawing the shape that you think comes next. Explain why you drew that shape. So I'm going to give you a moment to look at this pattern, and then I want you to draw on your board the shape that you think is going to come next. Also, please fill in the numbers at the bottom. Are you ready? Go. All right. I'm going to give these shapes a name. I'm going to use the attribute I see. Tall, tall, short, or rectangle, rectangle, square. Rectangle, rectangle, square. Rectangle, rectangle, square. What is going to come next? Rectangle, rectangle, square. What is one group of our pattern? There it is right here. One set in our pattern is rectangle, rectangle, square. Here's another set, it's the part that repeats. Rectangle, rectangle, square. Rectangle, rectangle, square. What's gonna come next? Rectangle. How many shapes are in each set in our pattern? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? The starting of the next set in our pattern. Look at the numbers under the shape, which we just did for problem 1. Write the missing numbers in the blanks under the squares. We did that. Write the number pattern below that you started for the squares. Ooh. So we've put the numbers here. Now look what we're doing. I'm going to erase this 10. I'm actually going to use my pen because that's kind of hard to read. So I'm going to use my pen. So what number is going to go under the square? 1, 2, 3. Oh, where'd it go? Pen. Oh, it's in white. That's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. Rafa, what do you think is going to come next without counting further? 3, 6, 9. So our 3 numbers under the squares were, write them on your whiteboard, 3, 6, 9. What rule, patterns have rules, it's what either makes the pattern shrink or grow or repeat. What rule could we use to find the next number in this pattern? What's happening with these numbers? Rafa, what are you noticing about these numbers? That there's plus 3 between each one? Oh, I don't know why it's not letting me. And then right here is plus 3 again. Okay. So if I did it one more time, I'd have to do another plus 3. Well, what's 9 plus 3, third graders? It's 12. So our next number would be 12. Okay, so what's the rule we used? Add 3. Okay. A number chart can help you see patterns. On the 100 chart below, shade all the numbers that would be in the pattern from problem 2A on the previous page. What was our rule? Plus 3. Okay, so you're going to tell me, I'm going to use my highlighter. You're going to tell me, and yes, I want you to say it out loud. I want you to tell the screen, what numbers am I going to highlight? Okay, 3. Great. 3. No, that's not the color I wanted. Oh, computer. It's not liking me right now, but that's okay. I still like it. So I'm going to be really nice to it, and then it'll be nice back, right? Yeah. 3. Then what's next? 6, 9, 12. 15. Yep. What's 3 more? 18. Are you noticing anything? Pebble, you see diagonals? Where do you see the diagonal? Oh, 3, 12, 21. Okay, I'm not sure why it keeps erasing on me. That's okay. Okay, so if we're going in diagonal, I could assume or I could predict that I think the next one I'm going to color in is going to be what? 6, 15, 24. Let's see, is that 1, 2, 3 more? It is. Okay, let's look at the next diagonal. 9, 18, 27. Is that the next plus 3? It is. So I now know that I'm going to be highlighting this one's going to be in my pattern and this one's going to be in my pattern. What numbers would go in those boxes? What number goes there? Well, this is 31, 32, 33. And then this is 6, 16, 26, 36. We just used a pattern to figure that out. We looked at the pattern and noticed that there was 6 in the ones place and it was going up by 10. So we knew that was going to be 36. There are patterns everywhere. There's patterns out in nature. There's patterns in the numbers you see. And strong mathematicians get really good at finding patterns and using them. Think about on Friday when we were using multiplication to help us solve division problems, and we were noticing in our fact practice at the beginning that 3 times 5 was 15, so 3 times 10 was 30, because 5 plus 5 is 10. That's a pattern we noticed, and we use that to help us solve an unknown. Strong mathematicians find patterns. They see them and they use them to make sense of the math. And so that's what we're going to be doing the next few lessons. It says, circle the numbers 9, 18, and 27 in the chart that we were just looking at. Oh, we've already done this. We described the pattern rule that we saw. We circled the next number in the pattern on the box. And then we shaded the other numbers in the box and added them in. So we've already done this one with our conversation. So how can you show something as a pattern? What are some ways that you can show that they're patterns? What did we use today to show that there was a pattern? Yeah, we made lists, right? And we identified what the rule was. What else did we do to show patterns? Yeah, we colored on a counting chart to highlight and bring out the pattern so we could see it. Yeah, there's lots of ways to show patterns. So, you know what? Here's why I got messed up. You know what I did is I copied the wrong thing and moved it. So today we learned what patterns were in math and how to describe them. We're just starting that work. We're going to continue doing that work tomorrow. So for your assignment today, you're going to be doing page 275 and 276, all about patterns, doing very similar work to the work that we just did, okay? You're going to give examples of patterns, and then you're going to solve some problems that have patterns on them. Some of them are shape patterns, some of them are number patterns. There's a hundreds chart pattern you're going to work on. Sound good? Awesome. Now, before you go on your break, you are going to need your learning buddy for your lesson with Miss Oslin today. It is your responsibility as a third grader to take care of your needs during your break. That means get a drink of water, use the restroom, get your wiggles out, participate in your break today, and then be back and ready to learn when your break time is over with Miss Oslin. Have a great day, third graders, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Hi, kids. Welcome to Jurassic Parkour. Walk with me. Today we are going on an adventure. We are going to be hiking and running in search of a hidden waterfall. But be warned, there will be dinosaurs. These are the rules. 1. Keep moving. We will be alternating between hiking and running, but don't stop. If you can't run or walk, try finding other parts of your body you can move. Whenever you hear Dr. Malcolm say,
"Must go faster,"
you go faster. Don't stop until we make it to the waterfall. Have fun.
"Must go faster."
Let's run! Look out for those dinosaurs!
"Must go faster."
This way.
Go faster! Whoa! That was a close one. Good job, you guys. Keep up the good work. Look out for those dinosaurs. Come on, keep going. Oh, good job, you guys. You're working hard. Whew. Keep up the good work. We can make it. Whew. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. We're almost to our rest spot. Good job. Whew. Good job, you guys. Now it's time for a little break. Slow down And let's go at a walking speed. Good job. Look how beautiful this forest is. Boy, this fresh air does feel good, doesn't it? Good job, you guys. You're awesome. Keep up the good work. But get ready.
Must go faster.
Oh no! More dinosaurs! Look out! Look out, guys! Start running! Good job! Get in the herd, you guys, and keep running! Don't fall down! Stay on your feet! Good job! Keep up the good work! Let's make it to the forest!
Must go faster.
Run, guys, run! First dinosaurs, now volcanoes? Oh, come on! We can do it, though. Let's go! Keep going! We got this! Whoa! To the trees! Whew. Nice job, everybody. We made it to another safe spot. Wow. Look how pretty this water looks. Boy, I could go for a swim. We're getting closer to the waterfall, so keep up the good work. All right, here we go. Get ready. Catch your breath. All right.
Must go faster.
More volcanoes! Run! Whoa! Whoa! Come on, we can do it, guys!
Must go faster.
Alright, here we go, guys. Keep working hard. You are all doing awesome. You're superstars. This is when we start getting tired, but we're getting closer to the waterfall. So keep working hard, keep moving, and we're gonna make it. Whoa! Good job. I'm proud of you. Whoa! Good work.
Call for help! Stop taking pictures!
We got this. Woo. Woo. This has been the wildest hike I've ever been on. Woo. But I know we can outrun these dinosaurs. You all have been working hard.
Did we lose it?
No!
All right. We got this. Whoa. He's getting a little bit close. Keep running.
Hit the brakes!
Woo. Look out for these ones with the spiny tails. Whoa! Whoa!
Must go faster.
Whoa! Great job, class! Final stretch! We're almost to the waterfall! Just move as fast as you can! We got this! Come on, run! Whoa! There's the waterfall! We gotta jump! Get ready! Here we go! Here we go! Get ready to jump! Ready? 1, 2, 3! Whoa! Nice job, everybody. We made it. Boy, did that waterfall feel good. Now, we're going to have a little bit of a warm down. We're going to walk nice and easy to catch our breath and let our heart rate drop down and let our lungs get more oxygen into our body, because that was a lot of hard work. You are all superstars. Thank you for joining me on this amazing Jurassic parkour hike through the woods. Good job, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome back, third graders. I hope you had an opportunity to take care of your needs, take a little break, and gather your materials. Excuse me. Let's review our 3 personal standards. Very important for us to know what we agree to do and behave when we come together. Say these with me. Show respect, make good decisions, solve problems. Today we're going to learn about something called point of view. And before we get started with all of that, let's remind ourselves all of this social emotional learning that we've done so far this year. We've been talking a lot about identifying our zone or our feelings. We have been talking about using really descriptive words when we describe our feelings so that someone else knows exactly how we feel. We've been practicing using I messages to express our feeling to someone else, and we've learned a lot about how different people can be in the same situation and feel differently about it. And that's why it's important to be able to express your feeling. We've also been doing a lot of talking about thinking about how strongly you feel an emotion and recognizing if you are feeling your emotion a 4 or a 5 on the feelings thermometer. Some strategies that you can use to help calm yourself down so that you can then have a productive conversation with someone about a conflict. We've been talking about conflict solvers. We've been talking about what makes a good friend, how to make friends, how to apologize. Oh my goodness, these are all really important life skills that we all need in order to be productive members of our community. So this is a new unit where we're not only thinking about how we feel about something, but we're going to think about how someone else feels about a situation. And that's called point of view. So in your own words, how would you describe point of view? If you're not sure yet, that's okay. That's what we're learning today. Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you're thinking about what point of view means. Rafa, I'm thinking point of view, like view is like how, like seeing something, and like maybe it's from where you see something, the point of view. I don't know. Now think about, why is it important to understand someone's point of view? Now, I'll tell you, a point of view is the way someone thinks or feels about a situation. Why would it be important to understand how someone else thinks or feels about a situation? Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you're thinking. Well, Rafa, we've been learning about how people feel differently, and it's important to understand someone else's point of view because the way they think or see something can impact how they feel. And it might be different than how I think or see something and how I feel about a situation. Now, we're going to continue to think about point of view, the way someone thinks or feels about a situation, and how it may be the same or different from your point of view. And keep thinking about why it's important to understand someone's point of view. Here's a scenario. There is a lightning thunderstorm scheduled, or not scheduled, but happening tonight. How would you feel about that? Take some think time. Now, when I said that, Mrs. Wally started doing a little dance because she really likes thunder and lightning storms. They're exciting to her. It's kind of like watching a really exciting movie. But Rafa gets kind of scared by the loudness and it makes him feel not safe. So Mrs. Wally feels really excited. Rafa feels scared. Why would it be important for Mrs. Wally and Rafa to understand each other's points of view? Take some think time. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you're thinking. Rafa, I think it's important for you and Mrs. Wally to understand each other's points of view about thunderstorms because you feel differently and they make you scared, and you wouldn't want to just assume or think that they also make Mrs. Wally scared because they don't. That's not how she feels. And part of being a good friend or community member is understanding how someone else feels. Now, how do you feel about thunderstorms? See? Mr. Kevin gave me a thumbs up, but I heard some of you say they make you scared, they make you nervous. I heard some of you say, I don't really care about thunderstorms. It's the same situation, but we can all feel so differently about it. Now, here's another situation. Okay. What I want you to do is think about, I'm going to give you a really weird situation. Are you ready? The government has decided that raisins are illegal. We can no longer eat raisins. Now, I want you to think about how you would feel if you could never eat another raisin. Mr. Kevin?
I'd be raising a fuss.
Mr. Kevin would be raising a fuss. Well within your rights, Mr. Kevin. Raising a fuss. So think about, from your point of view, if you are a person like Mr. Kevin who would raise a fuss about not being able to eat raisins, I want you to stand up. If you're a person like me where I enjoy a raisin, but I don't feel passionately about it, or if you would be like, yes, thank you, I never have to eat another raisin, you're just gonna stay seated. Ready? Go. Rafa's standing up, Gus is standing up, Mr. Kevin's standing up, but Mabel and Rashid and I are sitting down. We have different points of view about raisins. So when you are thinking about point of view, it's important to be able to understand someone else's point of view so that you're a better friend, a better community member, because not all situations may seem as silly as raisins. Here's another scenario. Okay, Rafa and Pebble are in the same third grade class at TV Classroom. And Rafa loves art class. He loves how creative he can be, how it never has to be perfect. He can just do whatever comes to his mind or his heart. He loves art class. Pebble, art class is not Pebble's favorite. Pebble likes there to be a right way and a wrong way to do things. He likes it to be what we call black and white, which is really clear. There's directions to follow, which is different than art, because art comes from your own inspiration. And so Pebble doesn't feel strongly about his own inspiration in art class. So we know Rafa really enjoys art, Pebble, not as much. So one day, Mr. Kevin, who we'll pretend is the principal of TV Classroom, he really kind of is, comes in and says, there won't be art with Miss Teresa this week. How do you think Rafa feels about that? What is Rafa's point of view? What do you think Pebble's feeling about that? What do you think Pebble's point of view is? Let's look at some feeling words to help us. Some ways to describe how they're feeling might be disappointed, happy, mad, sad, excited, nervous, scared, shy, worried. So let's start with Rafa. How do you think Rafa feels? Now, we're going to pretend like we are Rafa, and we're going to use a different kind of iMessage for Rafa to express how he feels about no art with Miss Teresa this week. There really will be art. This is just pretend. Now, the new iMessage sounds like, from my point of view, I feel, because, Practice saying that with me. From my point of view, I feel, because, Now, I was thinking Rafa might feel disappointed. So Rafa's iMessage would sound like, from my point of view, I feel disappointed because I really look forward to art with Miss Teresa. That's how Rafa feels about the situation. Now let's think from Pebble's point of view. How do you think Pebble would feel? If Pebble doesn't feel strong in his art skills, Pebble may feel happy that he doesn't have to do art. So Pebble's point of view, or Pebble's iMessage would sound like, from my point of view, I feel happy because I don't enjoy art. So it's important for Rafa and Pebble to understand each other's points of view and for them to be able to share their iMessage from their point of view because they feel differently about this situation. Here's another scenario. Okay, so here at TV Classroom, we also have music and PE. Rafa really enjoys music. He does not feel strong about his PE basketball skills. Pebble really likes PE. He really likes playing basketball. So, what if one day here at TV Classroom, our breaks, there will not be music? Everyone will play basketball for your 5-minute break. How do you think Rafa and Pebble would feel about that? Let's go back to our emotion words. Disappointed, happy, mad, sad, excited, nervous, scared, shy, worried? How do you think Rafa feels? He enjoys music, and he doesn't feel as confident in his basketball skills. And then think about using his new iMessage. From my point of view, I feel because, pretend you're Rafa, and share what Rafa's iMessage would sound like. Rafa, I think your iMessage might sound something like, from my point of view, I feel nervous because I don't feel strong in basketball. Now, let's think from Pebble's point of view. Pebble feels like he's a strong basketball player. So how do you think Pebble would feel knowing that he gets extra basketball time? And what would Pebble's iMessage sound like? Take some think time. Now turn and tell your learning buddy what you think Pebble's iMessage would sound like. Oh, Pebble, you want to share your iMessage with me? Okay, go ahead. Thank you for sharing. Now I know how you feel. Pebble says, from my point of view, I feel excited because I really like playing basketball. Pebble, you're so excited you're not going to sit back. There we go. Okay. Now, one more situation. You are put into a new reading group at school. All the other kids in your reading group are older than you. How would you feel? Now, take your emotion that you selected, and maybe you came up with one that's not on this list. That's okay. And think about using your new iMessage. From my point of view, I feel, because, Take another moment. And turn and tell your learning buddy how you would feel using your new iMessage. There were so many of you that had so many different emotions because we have different points of view. We think and see things differently, and that makes us feel differently about the same situation. Let's look at one more. Okay, you are at the park, and a humongous dog comes running towards you. How would you feel? Now, take that emotion and put it into your new iMessage. From my point of view, I feel, because, Go ahead. Again, we're all talking about the same situation. Some of us are excited because we love humongous dogs. Some of us are scared because we don't feel safe when a dog comes running at us and we don't know the dog. It's the same situation, but we all feel differently. And it's important to be able to share our point of view so that other people know how we feel. I'm going to skip this one. Okay, so today we are learning about point of view. Point of view is the way someone thinks or sees a situation, and it can impact how they feel about it. And why is it important to understand someone's point of view? Now that we've had a chance to think about different situations and practice sharing our iMessage, go back to this essential question and do some more thinking. Why is it important to understand someone's point of view? Think about it. Turn and tell your learning buddy what you're thinking. Rafa, I think it's important to understand someone's point of view because what they think or how they see a situation can impact how they feel about it. And it may be different than me. And we need to all, in our community, to become a stronger community, we need to be able to have conversations about how we feel and how we think about things differently, and that it's all okay. For your independent work today, you're going to write in response to this question in your writing notebook. Why is it important to understand someone's point of view? You're also going to practice using your new iMessage. From my point of view, I feel, because, And then encourage the people around you to share their points of view about situations with you. And you can have a conversation with them about how you might feel similar or you might feel differently from each other. You're also going to continue rebuilding your independent reading stamina. Last week was our first week back from break, so you're probably not reading at the same amount of time or pages as you had been in December, and that's okay. And if you are, well done. You can still build your reading stamina. You can read for 1 more minute, you can read 1 more page, you can read one more book. And when you are focused and thinking about if you're understanding what you're reading, if you find yourself not sure what you're reading about, go back to this document and it will help you. Also, if you're reading and you're noticing that your brain starts to wander, which means you're thinking about something else, pick a strategy from this How to Stay Focused document to help you refocus. And it's a new week, so you're going to want to continue adding to your reading log all week, and you can send it in to your teacher. Also, your writing that you do today about why is it important to understand someone's point of view, you can send that to your teacher. You could also send it to us here at TV Classroom, and we would love to be able to share some of your work with other students. And Mr. Kevin put our email address up right there. You could also send it to us in the mail, and at the very end of the show, Mr. Kevin will put that up on the screen. And if you tell your teacher that you're watching our shows, we will send you an envelope that already has a stamp, and it's already addressed to Mrs. Wally and I, and we will read it here on TV Classroom. Upcoming reminders about our guests. On Wednesday, January 13th, we will have our newly elected Washington State Senator, Tawana Nobles. And on Wednesday, January 20th, we're going to have Stephen Dunkelberger, who is a teacher here in Tacoma, but he's also a historian. So we're going to go around to neighborhoods, including yours, in Tacoma and learn about the history in our own backyards, which I am really excited to learn about. Now is the time of the day for our affirmation. This is where we say something positive about ourselves, build ourselves up before we go off to begin our independent work. So today, your affirmation is, I am strong. Say that with me. I am strong. Excellent job, third graders. Thank you so much for thinking and feeling and speaking with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow in our TV classroom. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.